guys, Ashlane here coming at you today with my very first war recap from my Patreon series. Now, it is a reward for a certain level of patronage that I join your clan, get to know you guys, war with you guys, and hey, I gotta tell you, it couldn't happen to a better clan for my first war visit than Kennvegas. Man, this is a very good clan here, and they definitely know what they're doing. I guess part of the hesitation I had on this reward was, what if I go to a clan and, you know, they're all Town Hall 4s and 5s, and they don't really know what they're doing, and it makes for a really boring recap episode. But thankfully, Kennvegas has their act together. They have, you can look at their top bases here. They're fourth. They have no rush bases, is what I'm trying to say here. You can see they're even their Town Hall 9s and 8s here are definitely, they know what they're doing. They know how to attack, and it's a great clan if you guys want to check them out. They're certainly recruiting, and they definitely have a lot of really friendly players there. So they just, by the way, with this win, they just got level 8. So congratulations to Kennvegas on level 8. But let's hop right into these replays. One of the cool things I get to bring you on this recap that you don't see in my usual recaps is Town Hall 8 attacks, because most of the clans that in our alliance don't have any Town Hall 8s, usually just 9, 10s, and 11s, but so we do have some Town Hall 8s here. I brought you my attack from this war, my 96% in the Ash Raids live series, so check that out. But there was another 96%. What are the odds of having back-to-back 96% raids? I don't know what it is, but let's go ahead and watch here. Gobbinator is going to attack this base. Where would you guys attack from in this GoWiWi composition here? It's kind of a mass witch. He does have the 6 witches, and he's going to come in from the south here. So he's going to enter in to where all the heavy concentration of the defenses are in terms of the Inferno Towers. Now, this is an interesting base because it's such a popular design. It's similar to the design that I actually hit on my live attack that I chose to do a queen walk on. Now, right off the bat here on Gobbinator's attack, you can see his queen goes in the wrong direction. That could have been the difference between, and it most certainly was, the difference between the 2-star and the 3-star here. So he could have had that 100% 3-star against a pretty maxed out Town Hall 11 here. I don't see anything that's not, okay, Wizard Towers, but almost a maxed out Town Hall 11 here. And you can see everything goes perfectly. The rest of the troops funnel beautifully into the center of this base. And you can see once you get all those witches in the center like that, even without the rage spell, they're still going to be able to summon enough skeletons. Those level 3 witches are absolutely devastating when you can get them into an open space like this. So this is a very popular base design, so pay attention to how Gobbinator chooses to hit it. It's actually a really effective strategy. If he had only, in hindsight, easy to say, I know, but if he had only placed his Archer Queen a little bit more to the west with the entry troops there, he would have definitely had, I think, the 3 stars. Now, she does do some work over there on the in her own little cubicle there, but she's going to die pretty early on. Odds are she might not have died early on if she had went with the rest of the troops. All those skeletons provide plenty of distraction. So now, what a smart move here by Gobbinator. He brings that jump spell on the far side of the center compartment. That's a really smart thing to do. If you're going to hit these wide, open layout bases like this, and you want to try for something a little bit more than a 50% 2-star, you're gonna have to plan to get across that main compartment. It's gonna take absolutely forever for witches, or even if your king's alive, for him to get through that wall. So bringing that jump spell instead of an extra freeze spell or instead of an extra rage spell could mean the difference between the 2 and the 3 stars. So bringing a jump, a smart thing to do in a lot of cases like this. So unfortunately, like I said, 96%. Are you kidding me? Ah, what a great attack. Unfortunately, that queen there, but the entry point was so solid, and it just goes to show the margin of error between a 2 and a 3-star attack. So let's go ahead and move on here. What was the next attack I have planned to highlight? Well, do I want to show mine again? Well, here was the base. You guys saw probably the live attack that I did on it. I'll go ahead and play it in 2 or 4 times speed just so you can see the thought process, but See what I was saying? The base is very similar to the base we just showed, only it's kind of flipped. It's a little bit different in terms of walls, but you can see how the defensive concentration is very light up north. That's why I decided to use a queen walk on the base, because, you know, when you put your queen with 4 healers in the top of a base where you're not having to deal with tons of defenses, there's no cannons, there's only a few archer towers, it's really not a lot of worries there. You let the queen go to town on that lava hound in the clan castle and let her do her thing. It actually works out really well. So where I went wrong on this attack was I used my Grand Warden ability right off the bat accidentally, because I didn't realize I had already deployed him. So I clicked on him to put him on the board. Instead, I used the Eternal Tome ability. Oh my god. What a noob move on my part. Pretty embarrassing, as this was my first attack with the clan that I'm visiting. I was really hoping to get the 3-star attack in. So now the next attack here that I wanted to share with you guys is another beautiful high percentage 2-star attack. And even though we won by 2 stars, had it been tied, this game tied star, 34 to 34 stars, it ended up being 34 to 36, I believe. But had it been tied, because of attacks like this, we still would have won. So it is absolutely crucial that your clan executes these high percentage safe 2-star attacks. A lot of people always want to go for 3 stars, or a lot of people only want to go for a very safe GoWiPe 2 stars. But if you use these really nice GoWiWi attacks, especially at Town Hall 11, where you're laying a beautiful foundation, a beautiful pathing in a wide open area, using those 4 earthquake spells, and then using 2 jump spells in this case, obviously could have used wall breakers, but he's able to save a lot of troop space by just bringing 2 jump spells, and that provides a nice wide entry point for all those witches and the wizards and everything in the kill squad. And then after that, you kind of play things patiently, right? You want to go ahead and drop your rage spell, engage with your kill squad onto the town hall. Look at all these witches and wizards that are still alive. This is why you don't put your inferno towers on single target anymore. And a lot of people might not agree with that, but I gotta tell you, there's really not a big reason to use single target Inferno Towers. If someone gets a really low percentage 2-star against you with a GoWiPe or a very heavier army, maybe a 6 golem attack like you used to see a lot before the updates, that's a win now. Let's face it. Getting 2 stars against the Town Hall 11 is pretty easy now, you know? So if you can hold them to a 54% defense, in my opinion, that's a win. When you get them, when you have a single target setting, and then you have the troops going to the center, they're really devastating the base, you're getting an 80% 2-star, that is a loss in my opinion. So that's just how I look at things. It's actually higher than that, 84%, wow. Might even get 85%. Really nice attack here by Rustum. And these are the type of attacks that we saw from Kennvegas across the board. Even if they weren't pulling off the 3-star, they were getting a very high percentage 2-star. Let's go ahead and show off a Town Hall 9 attack before we get to the Town Hall 8 attacks. They had some really nice GoWiPe attacks at Town Hall 8, by the way, which is still a very viable strategy at Town Hall 8. So this is interesting here. It's kind of like a GoWiWi with back-end hogs, quite a bit of back-end hogs, 15. So how is Neil Tuzad gonna go ahead and tackle this base? Well, I'll tell you one thing, he's gonna use a really wide spread. Now, when you're gonna do these wide spreads against the base, you have to be patient and you have to make sure you set up that funnel. Setting up the funnel is so imperative when you're using any sort of GoWiPe or GoWiWi attack, and look at how patient Neil Dazad was here. Troops entering in from the east, you have that nice pathing, the jump spell placed perfectly to access the center of the base, and look at all you have right now are your witches, a few wizards left after the funnel, and then the heroes, but they're going to do so much damage to this base because he was able to establish that really nice funnel. Now look at these hogs here, he kind of surgically trickles them in, starting at around noon, but he could have used one more hog to get that cannon down, and it's actually funny, that last compartment there up north is going to be the bane of this attack, the entire attack from here on out. So look at the hogs here. They're circling from around 9 o'clock to 6 o'clock. the troops left on the board are easily going to be able to take care of the south. But look, whenever he gets close to this northern little compartment here, the troops all die. So you can see the Hogs dead over there, but luckily he still has a golem alive to distract those point defenses in the mortar down south. Those 2 or 3 Hogs left standing do a decent job there, taking that cannon down, and then the Archer Queen is still alive. Now, the reason I'm bringing you guys this attack is because it's a good example of using witches. We're not seeing at least in my clans, we're seeing more straight up GoHo, max attack, or, GoHo. We don't see GoWiWi too often anymore. So this is actually a great example of a GoWiWi success story with back-end Hogs. Now, if you're going to try witches at Town Hall 9, of course you can still be successful if you're bullying, you're hitting a lower Town Hall 9. But I gotta say, I would strongly advise doing what Neil Lazad did and using those back-end Hogs or Loons, given the different base type, and make sure you're bringing at least a dozen Hogs to help out with the attack. They have a really nice synergy between a Hog attack and in the Witches as well. So anyway, you can see we're moving on to the Town Hall 8 attacks here. We're going to go to 07's attack here. Very, very nice GoWiPe attack at Town Hall 8. Now, you guys know that GoWiPe is actually still a very, very viable strategy, and I'll tell you what, 07 has this down to a science, so much so that I think I'm going to go ahead and make a special Town Hall 8 GoWiPe strategy. I'm going to use a couple of these attacks that he did because he really has this down perfectly. Go ahead and rewind and take note of the funneling and how patient he is on the P.E.K.K.A deployment and the King deployment. He is an expert attacker at Town Hall 8. You can look at this attack 10 times over and tell me one wrong thing that he does in it. I defy you to find one wrong thing, and there isn't one because it was such a well-executed attack. You can see here he used the rage spell. He was patient with the rage spell, and he used it when it would benefit the most amount of DPS. Now, he could have obviously used it on P.E.K.K.A.s, but he had about 8 or so wizards in the center of the base. Very, very lethal combination there. Very good job here, and a very nice 3-star there by 07. So there was a lot. I'm going to show you guys one more of the GoWiPe attacks because they were so good, so I'm not going to end it here. I'm going to keep going because this is another widespread base. The other one was a more compact base. So what if you're hitting a base like this? Well, pay special attention to how he does this here. 2 golems right off the bat and a nice wide spread of wizards. 3 at the top, 3 down on the around 9 o'clock, and then a 3 or 4 backing up the golems. And what is this going to do? It's going to provide a great funnel for the troops. Here come the wall breakers into the rage spell. Here come the P.E.K.K.A.s. In a minute, he's going to drop that Barbarian King in his last clan castle P.E.K.K.A., which happens to be the max P.E.K.K.A., along with a bunch of wizards. So look at how long he's delaying these drops. Essentially, he made the big funnel, he made the big wide spread of the golems, then he brought out the King, and he brought out the King and the other 2 P.E.K.K.A.s that he cooked up, and then he waited a little bit longer, he dropped about 5 or 6 wizards, and then he waited a little bit longer, and he dropped the max P.E.K.K.A. in the clan castle, and look at what a good job it does. Then you just kind of wait, you play things out, and then you drop that rage spell where it's needed, and hey, you're going to have a lot of success, whether the base is really compact or whether it's spread out. This version, this tactic of GoWiPe is very effective at Town Hall 8. So for those of you who have stuck around till the end of this episode, you'll be rewarded by being able to see these great Town Hall 8 attacks. For those who haven't, they're just too good not to share again. So I think I'm going to reuse, for the first time in Clash with Ash, I'm going to reuse these 2 attacks at Town Hall 8 because I just honestly, my clan uses a lot of Hogs and Dragloon at Town Hall 8, a Clash with Ash clan. So we don't see a lot of these GoWiPe attacks. And boy, look at what he has left. A max P.E.K.K.A., one of his own P.E.K.K.A.s, a golem, and plenty of wizards. Wow, what a nice attack there. So guys, I just want to say thanks again so much to Kennvegas, Saul Goodman for bringing me over there to them. And hey, I'm going to tell you a little bit about Patreon in their clan while you watch this bully attack at the very end of the episode by Glock. So you guys probably know by now, like I said in the beginning of the episode, that I work full-time on top of YouTube, so I have a Patreon page. It's www.patreon.com/ClashWithAsh, and what I'm doing is just taking donations. I have some rewards set up. But basically, it's like a very safe way to donate if you like the content on the channel. Certainly, you don't have to donate. You can donate as low as $1 a month. And if you don't want to donate or if you don't have money to donate, that's totally cool too. I certainly don't expect it. But I have to say, I'm so impressed and enthusiastic about the whole project. I'm finding ways to be a better creator. And I'm obviously finding ways to get better equipment and to be able to cut down a little bit on overtime and start bringing better strategy guides, more better quality equipment, like I said, and just more content to you guys. So I am going to continue to work on this. Thank you so much to Kennvegas. Thank you so much to Saul Goodman and to all the guys and gals over at Kennvegas. Check them out in clan. They just got level 8. Congratulations, and thanks so much to my other Patreon supporters. I should have another war recap coming from Patreon within about a month or so. So guys, thanks so much for watching, and as always, take care, guys. Hey guys, thanks for watching my video. Just a few ways you can help the channel out. Number 1, like. Number 2, subscribe. Number 3, comment. Tell me what you think of the video. I really appreciate it, guys, and it really helps me out a lot. Also, you can find me on social media. I'm active every day on Twitter at @clash_with_ash, and on Bindle chat group #ClashWithAsh. And as always, you can find me on my website at www.clashwithash.com. Thanks, guys.